And like I said, the fines are unreasonable. If you think about it in the big scheme of things, watering hay on 69 acres for a few weeks during the summertime, um, I mean, those are some of the most expensive water rights I've ever heard of,
Yeah.
$100,000. I mean, it's not a whole lot of water that they're talking about. And I know that I always get the comments from a lot of people who are, you know, very emotional about, the water situations out west and protecting our water resources. And I don't disagree with protecting our water resources. What I what I disagree with is stuff like this, and the way that the system has been turned and abused to basically put these smaller farms out of business. And that's, when you look at Washington, you look at what happened in Whatcom County at the beginning of the year when they sued 30,000 people to prove their water rights to the state. I mean, how many of those farmers were elderly farmers? And we know a lot of them were, because we know that what the average age is of a farmer in the United States. How many of them do you think would have been able to go back and go through the system and figure out all that information that's probably been in their family for generations? I mean, just that right there, I would think, is a civil rights case that the USDA could investigate, because it's targeting, whether intentional or not, it's targeting that elderly population,
Yep.
that older age. And we're about to go through a period of time in America where a lot of those older farmers are retiring.
Yeah.
Their kids haven't been given the promises to go back and work the land that they were once given. So they're not necessarily, heading to the fields anytime soon. They'd rather cash out and do something else. And so, the future of this country is going to be very different in 10 years when we start to see the outcome of what is going to be one of the largest wealth transfers in history when it comes to land.
And whenever you dig into these water issues, because people want to cry about the water, and us being actively participating in this scenario that's going on here, there are incredibly cost effective solutions, right? There were two solutions brought, we had big board meetings that we attended, and we do have local legislators in our corner. But to water the green yards in Dallas, and to fill all their uh, vanishing swimming pools and all that stuff, um, we could put a desalinator plant in Galveston at the shore and pump far more water to Dallas, right, for pennies. And then that desalinator can be scaled to continue to supply more water to these AI, whatever, and then there's also local catchment there in Dallas where they can redirect this water, and they can have a low cost solution that's much more either exclusive to them, where if it's water catchment in Dallas, or whether it's a desalination plant and we just build a pipeline. But there are cost effective solutions that do not involve stealing private property, right? And spending that's what's amazing when you dig into these topics, is like there are absolutely solutions. There are low cost solutions that can be, this desalination plant can be monetized. They can charge for all this. It can be lucrative.